Jamaica allegedly has a low unemployment rate of 4.2% and tourism is the biggest employer. However, the GDP per capita is a minuscule £6,000 per annum and poverty is rife. And this shows the true reflection of the tourist industry on the economy. It delivers poverty, but the false narrative of its importance allows the misuse of taxpayers' money to fuel its growth, and the expansion of the third airport is a typical example. Jamaica is a relatively tiny island with two extremely well-positioned main airports, one near the capital Kingston in the southeast and the other in Montego Bay in the northwest, which caters for the majority of tourists. However, in 2011, a new airport was opened under 3 hours drive east of Montego Bay along the north coast. It could only accommodate aircraft not much bigger than a Learjet, and unsurprisingly, it has been a financial burden from day one. But instead of being closed, another extremely dubious decision was made to upgrade it, and the first American Airlines flight from Miami landed in February. Check out the hoopla.
Jamaica leads yet again. Yet another game changer as Jamaica welcomes non-stop American Airlines flights between Miami and Ocho Rios. Yes, we know it is the Ian Fleming International Airport in Boscobel, St. Mary. Years in the works and now delivered. Years of work by the Prime Minister Andrew Holness-led government. His phenomenal tourism team, led by award-winning Minister Edmund Bartlett, Transport Minister Darrell Vaz, MP Bobby Montague, MP Mike Henry and other leaders and key stakeholders, including the late Butch Stewart and his son Adam Stewart, resulted in a big win for Jamaica. As of Saturday, February 24, American Airlines now offers non-stop flights to all 3 international airports in Jamaica, the other 2 being Montego Bay and Kingston. Ocho Rios' airport is called Ian Fleming International Airport. It takes its name from the James Bond creator and writer, and the area is of significance to the brand and various movies, including GoldenEye. There's even a James Bond beach and GoldenEye nearby. As such, the James Bond reference isn't lost on American Airlines. Ocho Rios St. Mary flight number is 4007. This new flight service by American Airlines, the largest airline in the world, is a huge game changer for Jamaica. Jamaica wins, more revenues, more tourists, more jobs, more money, more opportunities. One love.
Wow, another production by the award-winning minister, where he makes grand claims that the expansion will be a huge game changer. More tourism will deliver more revenues, jobs, money and opportunities. The Minister of Transport, he joined the party, talking about the benefits for the locals. I really doubt it. First up, no projections were ever provided, but based on history, I'd say I have a better chance of marrying Halle Berry than it breaking even, let alone making a profit. I submitted an access to information request to obtain details about passenger numbers, income and expenses, and a breakdown of the cost of the upgrade. Well, in the 11 years between 2013 and 2023, the airport handled less than 11,000 passengers. Hear that? 11,000. Unbelievable. That is less than 3 people per day. And last year, it earned 37 grand, resulting in a loss of over 1.7 million. The JLP and the TMP take some right liberties with the people, I'm telling you. The numbers clearly indicate that the airport should have been closed down years ago and an inquiry conducted into why it was built. But the owner of Sandals Resort and the Observer newspaper, the late Butch Stewart, always championed its expansion. He claimed, quote, "I have talked to all the airlines and they can't wait. They have told me they would fly to Ian Fleming the day after the runway is extended." Butch also claimed that the extension would cost chicken feed money. Well, if so, why didn't he put his hands into his deep pockets? He had the support of the then Transport Minister Henry, who floated an idea of private financing via a bond, but even Butch knew that a turd will always be a turd. However, Butch got his wish in 2018 with a poor taxpayer footing the bill. We were told by Minister Montague that the extension alone would cost between 20 to 30 million US. which is an extremely large range for an estimate. A 20% variance is acceptable, so say 20 to 24 million, but not 50%. Not 50% in Jamaica, where taxpayers' money disappears like a fart in the wind. However, the 6-page reply to the aforementioned ATI request did not contain any information about the cost of extending the runway, and the follow-up inquiry, unsurprisingly, went unanswered. So, I can only but conclude that something is being hidden. Around 10 million bucks was spent on the other upgrades, so the total bill could be well over 40 million. One upgrade that caught my eye was the construction of the Sandals Airport Lounge. Now, is it a lounge for the use of all passengers, and Sandals is paying to advertise their brand? We need to know the arrangement. The airport should have been operating from 2022, but Americans wouldn't use it because of safety issues. Here is a snippet of a report from that year.
American Airlines today published fares for flights from Miami to the Ian Fleming Airport in Boscobel. Now, residents of St. Mary and other stakeholders have welcomed the news that commercial flights will be coming to the airport from cities in the USA and potentially Canada. Dwayne Anderson has part 2 of this special report looking at the plans for the St. Mary-based facility.
Other airline carriers have signaled their intention to join American Airlines to take flights into the Ian Fleming International Airport in St. Mary.
And whether or not we can partner with them to start flying from different gateways in the US as well as in Canada. So in short order, we will be seeing an addition of maybe 2 more airlines coming in.
The facility had for years been bleeding financially. A TVJ News Access to Information ATI request in 2017 revealed that it was costing taxpayers $380 million to operate the airport, but earnings totaled $33.5 million. Residents and tourism-dependent workers in and around Boscobel St. Mary have welcomed the news of the boost in flights. Pointing to the scarcity of jobs, they are particularly optimistic about earning opportunities.
The media house knew that the airport was hemorrhaging the people's money, but did not appear concerned that over 40 million had been spent to accommodate just one airline, and worse still, no other airline had committed to use the airport. The award winner claimed that in short order we see 2 other nameless airlines, so it appears that the reporter was regurgitating his crap and building the hopes of locals, even telling them about flights from Canada. Well, 2 years later, the airport is up and running and receiving a whopping 2 flights per week. Yep, 2. 1 flight on a Wednesday and another on a Saturday. Only in Jamaica could this debacle not be a scandal and heads not roll. And did you notice the size of the aircraft? That is as big as they get. 76 passengers, so 150 arrivals per week. Now that really will boost the local economy. Game changer? It is far from a game changer. The locals and the entire nation have been sold a lie, and there needs to be an investigation. Expanding an airport cannot be based on unsubstantiated claim from an hotelier. However, it will be a game changer for Sandals, that's his hotel, so there will be the usual rich beneficiaries. This is the Jamaican version of tourism, and it is clear why the minister is winning awards. His fairy tale video production is a slap in the face. How can he celebrate an abject failure? The video contains most of the major players responsible for this diabolical misuse of the people's money, money that would have been infinitely better spent on roads for the benefit of everyone. The local media should be leading the demand for an inquiry, not spreading wishful thinking. Around 40 million bucks has gone into a black hole. There will never be a significant rise in tourists, and the promised benefits will never materialize because tourism is a minimum wage paying industry. Passengers, especially those from the diaspora, will simply change destination, so the other airports will lose out. And when the increased expense of running an expanded facility is factored in, the likelihood is that the airport will run at a bigger loss. This is yet more evidence of a country that is run for investors to get richer, and the parliamentarians escape scrutiny because of the lack of journalism. We desperately need change in Jamaica. We have an economy based on exploitation of the people and resources. Income tax helps to run countries, but over 70% of the exploited workforce do not earn enough to look after themselves, let alone contribute to the treasury. The only reason for mining is to generate funds to run the country, but our bauxite is being given away. It's exploitation and more exploitation. The only way for real change is for the people to demand it, and Jamaicans in the US are mobilizing. In January, some of them protested outside the consulate in Miami, and on May 10, they will do so again in New York City.
The Diaspora Crime Intervention and Prevention Task Force and One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation invite Jamaican patriots and friends in the tri-state area to the second staging of a call to action. Meet us on Friday, May 10th, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Jamaica's Consulate, located at 300 East 42nd Street, corner 2nd Avenue in Manhattan. That's a call to action for Jamaicans and friends of Jamaica who are seeking the best solutions for Jamaica.
We need to join them on that day with nationwide protests because we cannot move forward with the JLP and PNP at the helm. Both parties are responsible for the Jamaica we see today. So, until there is a viable alternative, we need independence in Parliament. That being the case, I'm considering standing, so let me know your thoughts in the comments. In the meantime, please sign and circulate the mining petition in the description. It needs to go viral to get international attention to put the treasonous parliamentarians under the microscope. Thank you.